The year is 1299, and deep within the Anatolian lands of modern-day Turkey, a small, fledgling beylik, essentially a tribal state, is on the cusp of something extraordinary. At its helm is a warrior leader named Osman Furfur, whose ambition will light the spark of one of the most powerful empires in world history, the Ottoman Empire. But how did a modest state on the fringes of the Byzantine world rise to dominate 3 continents and last over 600 years? Let's unravel the remarkable tale of the Ottoman Empire, from its meteoric rise to its eventual decline. At its heart, the Ottoman Empire was driven by unity, both military and ideological. Osman Thurs, the founder, took advantage of the crumbling Byzantine Empire and the fractured political landscape of Anatolia. His successors, however, would elevate the dream into reality. The Ottomans mastered a unique combination of military prowess and political diplomacy, marked by their use of elite infantry troops known as the Janissaries. These weren't just soldiers. They were a symbol of military innovation, a highly trained corps drawn from Christian boys taken through the Devshirme system and converted to Islam. While this practice was brutal, it ensured the empire had extraordinary soldiers loyal only to the Sultan. By the mid-15th century, the empire was poised to achieve its most iconic conquest. Enter Sultan Mehmed II, a young and visionary leader. History knows him better as Mehmed the Conqueror, and for a good reason. In 1453, he did the unthinkable. With a relentless siege, advanced cannon technology, and strategic brilliance, he conquered Constantinople, the heart of the Byzantine Empire, ending over 1,000 years of Byzantine rule. The fall of Constantinople was not just a turning point for the Ottomans, it was a turning point for world history. It marked the end of the medieval era and the dawn of a new age. Renaming the city Istanbul, the Ottomans transformed it into one of the most vibrant capitals the world had ever seen. The empire didn't stop there. Under the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent in the 16th century, the Ottoman Empire reached the pinnacle of its power. Known as Kanuni, or the lawgiver, Suleiman wasn't just a military genius. He was also a profound statesman, legislator, and patron of the arts. His leadership expanded the empire's borders deep into Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Lands from modern-day Hungary to Iraq fell under Ottoman control. Domestically, he reformed the legal system, earning his nickname as the lawgiver. Diplomatically, he formed alliances with European powers, like France, to counterbalance rivals such as Charles V of the Holy Roman Empire. Culturally, his era saw the flourishing of Ottoman architecture, poetry, and mathematics, symbolized by iconic landmarks like the Süleymaniye Mosque in Istanbul, a testament to architectural grandeur and engineering precision. On the battlefield, though, it wasn't just Ottoman brute force that won wars, it was strategy. At the Battle of Mohács in 1526, the Ottoman forces crushed the Hungarian army, securing dominance over Hungary for years to come. Suleiman's navy, led by the legendary Admiral Barbarossa, dominated the Mediterranean, ensuring that Ottoman sea power matched its might on land. At its height, the Ottoman Empire was a melting pot of cultures, languages, and religions. It boasted an administrative network that stretched over 5 million square kilometers. Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived within its borders, protected under the millet system, a system that allowed religious minorities a degree of autonomy in exchange for loyalty to the state. But no empire, no matter how grand, is immune to the forces of time. After Suleiman's death in 1566, the Ottoman Empire began to slowly unravel. It wasn't one cataclysmic event, but a complicated web of internal and external pressures that marked its decline. Internally, the empire struggled with political corruption, a weakening economy, and an increasing reliance on outdated military practices. The Janissaries, once the backbone of their military strength, grew complacent and resistant to change, becoming a liability rather than an asset. These internal challenges signaled the beginning of the end for the once mighty Ottoman Empire. Externally, the golden age of European exploration and colonization shifted global trade routes away from the Ottoman-controlled Mediterranean to the Atlantic. Nations like Portugal and Spain began to eclipse the Ottoman monopoly on trade between Europe and the East. At the same time, rising European powers, like Austria and Russia, capitalized on Ottoman stagnation. A series of military defeats, perhaps most notably at the Battle of Lepanto in 1571 against a coalition of Christian states, signaled the empire's fading dominance. Fast forward to the 19th century, and the Ottoman Empire had earned a new nickname, the Sick Man of Europe. The pressures of nationalism and industrialization sweeping through Europe hit the Ottoman domains like a tidal wave. Regions such as Greece, Serbia, and Egypt sought independence or autonomy, further chipping away at the empire's once vast territory. Yet even in decline, the Ottomans remained a significant force. Leaders like Sultan Abdulhamid II attempted reforms to modernize the military, economy, and educational systems. The Tanzimat era, spanning the mid-1800s, was a bold attempt to revitalize the empire and fend off collapse through sweeping reforms. But these efforts often failed to address deep-seated structural issues. And more often than not, they alienated large portions of the population. The final blow would come in the 20th century. During World War I, the Ottomans joined the Central Powers. The war drained the empire of resources, soldiers, and, ultimately, land. By 1918, the Ottoman Empire was teetering on the brink of total disintegration. In 1923, it was officially over. The establishment of the Republic of Turkey by Mustafa Kemal Atatürk marked the end of the Ottoman era. Atatürk, a visionary leader in his own right, abolished the Sultanate and rewrote the legacy of Turkey as a modern, secular nation-state. So, what can we learn from the rise and fall of the Ottoman Empire? It teaches us about the delicate balance of power and how it shifts over centuries due to innovation, leadership, and adaptability, or lack thereof. The Ottomans were masters of reinvention, a bridge between East and West, past and future. But even they couldn't escape the tides of change. Today, the empire's influence lives on in countless ways. In the architecture of Istanbul, in the cuisines of the Balkans and the Middle East, and even in the borders of modern-day nations. It's a reminder of both the fleeting nature of power and the enduring legacy of great civilizations. The story of the Ottoman Empire isn't just the story of a state. It's the story of human ambition, resilience, and ultimately, an unyielding march towards progress. What began as a small tribal state changed the course of the world forever. And for that, it remains a towering figure in the annals of history.